Hey guys, what's going on? Texas Bassin here.
Back at it again with another video.
Oh yeah. We're gonna run you guys through some of our combos, what we're fishing, what we use, the rods we use to catch fish in the dreaded Lake Louisville. And then, before we start the video, I want to make sure to remind you guys to like and subscribe. It helps us out. We're trying to grow this channel big, so we get some of that sponsorships, and
help a brother out.
Exactly. The more you guys like and subscribe, the better the videos, make us want to put a little bit more effort into. Big plans coming up next week. Going to a whole new lake for 3 days. Gonna figure that one out. And let's get into it. All the gear that we're using is gonna be linked down in the description below. So let's start this off. We have this. Jeez, man. Very professional. Oh, okay. So pretty much how we're gonna start is this is gonna be a Lew's Hypermag 8:3 gear ratio with a Pro TI. So this is going to be a 7.4 heavy. I'm going to be throwing 20-pound Berkley Vanish fluorocarbon on this. I'm going to be using it as my jig rod primarily and my flipping rod. It's a pretty lightweight combo, so I'm going to be able to just work it off the bottom and kind of a soft tip, so I can actually feel the structure a lot better than any other flipping stick that I have used in the past. The Lew's 7.4 heavy is it's notorious for being a really good rod, and I could see that. So, and then my primary flipping weight, so I'm just going to throw probably a 5/8 ounce flipping weight, and that handles it just pretty much perfectly. Next, we're going to get into my Lew's Pro TI Hypermag setup. Same with him. I'm rocking 17 fluoro on it, something a little bit heavier. What I'm primarily going to use this rod for, jigging, and I'm definitely like a lipless guy, rattle traps, big rattle traps. I'm just throwing this little Rapala rip and wrap. I was throwing some heavy cover. That's why I had one of the treble hooks taken out. But that's what I'm going to primarily use my Lew's Pro TI. I mean, same with him. I really like this combo. Okay, the next one is going to be the infamous Shimano Crowder DC, and I'm going to have this paired up with a St. LaCroix Mojo Bass rod. This is going to be a 7 medium heavy, and this is going to be a soft tip. It's actually the built spinnerbait rod, so I'm going to throw a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait, and this is going to be able to chuck it out really far. I actually have this on 14-pound fluorocarbon because I'm throwing this into the thick little trees, and it does do perfectly fine with the 3/8. It's just not going to have the castability as far. But the DC chip is pretty nice, and the handles on this thing are pretty nice. And I actually do throw some blade baits once in a while on this rod too, because it is such a versatile bait rod. And this is going to be probably one of the combos that I'm going to use for pond missions, just because it's a 7 medium heavy, and I can pretty much throw almost anything I want on this. I'm going to run you guys through my personal spinning setup. It's a Revo ST, or like STX 20. Really nice reel. I mean, not a big fan of Abu Garcia anymore, but we're throwing this on is it a 6.6 medium?
No, it's
heavy.
7.
It's a 7-foot medium heavy Iaconelli rod. This one's for looks, really.
It's classic.
It's good for throwing those heavier finesse baits.
The net rigs
on those windy days. Not much to say about this rod. Isn't usually in my hands that often. Okay, so my next rod that I'm going to be talking about is a Daiwa. This is the TWS Tula. We just actually picked this one up to replace the combo. We did have as our kind of jerkbait rod, we did have a Duckett Jacob Wheeler series rod, but we had that for about a day until it flew out of the boat. Tragic, pretty much lost a $400 combo there. So we had to replace it with something. We decided to go with another Bass Mojo rod. We love these rods, and they're really, really comfortable in the hand, and we decided to go with the Daiwa for this. So this is going to be a 6.8 medium, so it's going to be the jerkbait rod for them. And, sorry, just got distracted. And it's going to have that softer tip so you can work it, and I'm going to be throwing this on 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I'm going to switch, for the winter and the fall, / early spring, and then in the summer, I'm going to switch it into braid so that I can throw those topwater baits in the fall. We have not been yet to test this out on the main lake, but the drag seems pretty strong, and hopefully this thing casts some bombs. I'm going to run you guys through my little jerkbait setup. We got a Bass Pro Shops.
Classic.
Qualifier 1. We have the Qualifier 2.
Never do you wrong.
This one's better.
Qualifier 1 is a classic. It's a relic.
We have the Johnny Morris Carbon Light 1.0.
This is an OG setup.
It works.
This is an OG setup, man. That's all
I'll tell you.
That's probably the one Bass Pro Shop rod
reel that I would get. Like that one,
It's old, but it can still do the job. My next setup that I'm going to have, this is the Big Mac Daddy of Mac Daddies right here. Okay, this is going to be a 7-Eleven custom speed stick. This is going to be rated for anything from a ½ ounce all the way up to a 3 ounce. And it's going to actually be a medium heavy. So I'm going to be able to throw a big old Carolina rig on it and a big old 10XD crankbait and even the A rig and big swim baits. You know, it's an addiction. Glad. Hey, we will get our hands on one of those Googan swim baits. Mark my words.
Just you wait.
They're sold out right now. The 7-inch, because you know we're not going the mini here, man. Look at us. You think I'm a mini swim bait guy?
No, sir.
Nah. 7 and up only.
Amen.
Calling it right now. So this is gonna be a good rod for that. Anything you really just want to chuck out there, I'd probably say that this is the thing to do. This is also the Tournament Pro, and then I have this in a 6 to 8 gear ratio. This is probably gonna be the slowest reel in our fleet, but I have this on 20-pound Berkeley Vanish fluorocarbon. You, Nick?
Next, we're rocking with the Fenwick Medium Light. This one is about, what is this? Oh, it's a medium light. That's all you really need to know. I think it's like a 6'6" or 7 foot. We're rocking the Strike King 15-pound braid.
Heck yeah.
And then a Suffix monofilament leader. How long is this leader?
It's gonna be like an 8 foot. I mean, this is gonna be an 8-pound, probably like.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's gonna be like an 8-pound leader. I mean, 8-pound. Whatever it's called.
Okay, and then
Test.
And then this one's gonna be for our real
Rainforest.
finessey baits. You know, if you can see that rod, Tim.
Throw a drop shot. Throw a Ned rig.
Yep. If we're throwing a Ned rig, this one is our spinning combo, main spinning combo that is most likely going to be in our hands.
We will invest in a nicer spinning combo,
But
later. But right now, the main priority is getting the bait caster fleet up there, because you know we mainly fish with bait casters. So that's pretty much our setups. May try to do a pond mission for you if it's not too windy. The audio may just be absolutely trash or cracked. So pretty much that's pretty much the rod setups. All of them will be linked down in the description below. We're gonna try to get some pond videos out for you and lake videos soon, just depending on how the weather goes.
show you guys we can actually catch some fish. But we got big plans. Alan Henry coming soon. No, not Alan Henry. My
Ray
bad.
Hubbard.
Ray Hubbard. That's a dream. Ray Hubbard
That's
coming
a dream.
soon. We're gonna have a 3-day trip. Make sure we're gonna try to film it for you guys. We're gonna figure that lake out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we out.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie.